Okay, here we go on this icy afternoon. Winter Storm 22, I suppose. We're iced in here in the greater Portland metro area just before Christmas, which gives me a lot of time to tie some flies. So anyhow, here we go. I've got my 1.8 millimeter polytube, Aqua Flies polytube, ultra rig tubing on the back as our junction tubing. Let's try and make this kind of a expedient video. It's going to be a single station marabou tube, fox wing, hackle tipped kind of guy. Don't really have a name for it, call it what you want. It's a marabou tube with some fox in there. Or not fox, raccoon. Rather, fin raccoon. Okay, we're going to tie in some silver tinsel ribbing. I've got some black UV ice dub. We're going to dub maybe a 1/2 inch body. Doesn't have to have a taper or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of nice noodle body, dubbing noodle body. This isn't really going to be shown in the fly. It's just we're gonna palmer some Grizzly hackle through it and rib it. Maybe just a little more here. Just kind of adds length to the fly, and then we'll have the hackle in there, body hackle, as kind of a material prop in terms of function. So that's what we're going to add next. It's kind of a thicker one, so I'm going to come up into here maybe. Should be plenty. Strip away a little tie-in point. Few wraps to secure that in. I'm not going to trim anything yet. This fly is pretty cool, pretty effective. It has kind of an evolution to it as you tie it. You can stop at certain points and you'll have a summer or fall version of it, and then you can go a couple more steps forward and have, you know, full winter dress. Kind of a versatile little pattern. Let's get that ribbon counter wrapped, wiggling through, not so that we don't trap anything down. Carefully there. Okay, we can trim things out, trim the tip out, trim our tinsel and stem. We want a little weight in this fly, so what I like to use are these. It's a Pro Sportsfisher tube accessory, the little tungsten donut weight or bullet weight, whatever they call it. Just enough weight in there to kind of break the surface tension of the water so that this thing doesn't float for half the swing. So I'm going to get a little thread in front of that. We're going to grab some, throw some Guinea in here. I didn't really have one ready, but there we go. You can do purple Guinea or natural, whatever, doesn't matter. Whatever color you want. You could throw pink in there if you wanted. Again, it's not really the most visible material in this. It's kind of just, again, a prop for the next material. Tying in at the tip. Trim that tip away. Gently on this first wrap. kind of just try and get those stroke back. No big deal. Kind of twisted on me a little bit there, but we'll figure it out. Get a nice kind of collar on here. Right there. Cover that up a little bit. Okay. So we're going to come in with some fin raccoon. I kept saying fox, but no, fin raccoon. You could do a fox, but I want to have kind of this Scandinavian style wing. Find a nice piece here. You only need like a quarter or an eighth of a pencil thickness here. You don't need much. Get rid of most of those guard hairs. I'm not worried if I have some. We're gonna size it out. That looks pretty good. I'm going to get a little pinch wrap here and pull up. Get that secured in. Now we have that nice kind of Scandi style wing. Only I'm not going to spread it out much more than that. Let's try and trim this away. Going to create a little bump there. That's all right. Cover that up. There we go. I'm going to throw on some marabou over the top of that. I've got a nice kind of dark purple marabou. I'm going to tie in by the tip. This guy's really, really delicate, so try not to break it. I only need maybe like an inch worth of this feather, so I don't have to go to the very, very tip. Secure that in. I'm going to pull it back for good measure. And it's pretty wispy, so I'm not even really worried about trimming that tip out. I'm still going to be really careful here for this first wrap. I'm going to use the full amount. Okay. It's really standing up nice with that wing. It's going to have good presence in the water. Trim that out. And kind of get it back a little bit. That's going to look pretty good. So again, you could stop even right there. And there's another kind of version of the fly. We're going to add some Flashabou in the mix. I've got some purple Flashabou here. I'm going to trim off, say, anywhere between 10 and 15 strands. It's going to be a fairly flashy fly. I'm going to tie it in at the halfway point. Get a loose wrap on it and kind of V it over the top. Try not to get that marabou trapped in there. We can trim that up. secure that in, take and measure out, and I'm going to kind of taper cut it. There we go, just so it's not all the same length. You could stop there and have a totally awesome steelhead fly. I'm going to throw on one more marabou over the top of that. You could go black marabou, make it a purple and black fly. I'm going to go with this lilac. I like the contrast of the light and dark purples. It's just for me. I will trim the tip off of that one. Get that first wrap on gently. Don't want to trap anything down. Again, I'm going to use kind of the full amount. I'm getting near the end here of my tube. We only got one more thing to do. Okay, trim that out. Okay, looking good. Now I've got some more hackles, some grizzly hackles here that I'm going to add as a wing on either side. Going to go a little bit longer than the Flashabou in the back with this. And I'm crossing my stem over the top of the tube. Uh-oh, here comes the kitten. He has woke. Oh no. Have to adjust something. No, it's looking pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to stroke those stems back. Kind of adds to the durability. Trim that out. Make a head, glue it up, give it a melt, and you're on your way. Make a nice little head here. Whip finish. Throw a little zap gap on it. Try and just get that on the thread. Pop this thing off, trim it, give it a quick melt. I like to trim with a nice sharp blade. You can get fairly close there. Try not to melt everything or catch it on fire. Well, I caught that guy on fire for a second, but so careful, don't ignite your glue. There you go. Perfect purple winter steelhead tube fly. Thanks for watching.